Welcome to The Fitterist Show with your host, Christopher Allen, where we explore the art of mind and body conditioning. Welcome, and in this week's show, we are going to review 5 tips to help you stay consistent with your workout. Now, consistency in a regular exercise regimen will improve your overall health, it's going to increase your fitness level, and it's going to, probably more importantly, provide a framework for a greater sense of well-being. So whether you're struggling to get started with a fitness routine, trying to be more regular in your workouts that you're doing today, or just looking for a few ideas on how to ensure more regularity, moving, working out, these tips should help you be and stay consistent. Now remember, creating consistency is a process and requires patience, but the rewards can be massive. So the first tip to stay consistent with your workout is to start, like now. Not tomorrow, not on Monday, not after you get a new pair of Nikes, not after your sister's friend's cousin's graduation celebration on Sunday, not after the Game of Thrones season or episode, not after you've cleaned up your diet, not after the late spring Lululemon high-waisted leggings in beach coral color drop, and not after your grandmother's bingo season finale. Just start. Now, it's not about having time, it's about making time. So ultimately, consistent work and that mindset that you will develop over time will yield success. So get started now. The second tip is to commit. Now, I would suggest that you start small. So commit to working out just maybe 2 or 3 days a week, just moving. And the exercise can be something simple. It could just be walking or walking in place while you're standing and watching television. Just think about taking baby steps and staying realistic in your expectations. So set a goal that's actually attainable. So as an example, maybe walk 4 times a week for 30 or more minutes each walk. Remember, you can always set a new goal once you've accomplished that goal. And you have the mental reinforcement knowing that you've already achieved your first goal. So commit to yourself to get started. And don't beat yourself up if something comes up. But try and be creative to hit your initial simple commitment. And you will see progress. You might start with a 10-minute walk, but before you know it, that 10-minute walk will stretch into a 25 or 30 or 40-minute walk over time. Your confidence will grow with your progress, and you will continue to make gains, starting with that initial commitment. Tip number 3 is to eliminate the excuses, and these will inevitably crop up from time to time. Some examples that I've heard include things like, I didn't eat a protein bar, so I won't go to the gym since I really won't have any energy. Or I forgot to pack my workout shoes. Or my car is almost out of gas. Traffic is bad, and it will take an extra 10, 15 minutes to get to the gym. My workout partner has a family obligation. He won't be there, so I don't know. I think I should just skip it. My dog misses me, and I should stop home to see him first. My favorite TV show is on tonight. Okay, that one's really not an excuse because you probably have heard of a DVR. But my point is eliminating the excuses, being flexible versus too rigid or structured in your approach to working out. And there are so many different options. Even if you can't make it to the gym, you can incorporate movement into your day. I mean, our bodies, the human body was made for mobility. And too many people are sedentary at work. And then they go home and they're sedentary on the couch. So things you can do, take the stairs versus the elevator, take a walk at lunchtime, walk to work, take public transit and walk part way to work. And just be creative, be empowered to change, update, revise your workout routine, but eliminating the excuses so that you just, and we'll get into this in the next step, have no reason not to make it a habit. So tip number 4, and this is probably the meatiest of the 5 tips, but tip 4 is make it a ritual and form a new habit. When you don't have to think about working out, it just becomes part of your daily routine and ritual. Whether it's after you wake up, I go work out. After work, I drive directly to the gym and I work out. It's something that becomes part of your routine, part of your lifestyle. That's when it starts to become automatic. So things you can do. Put it on your calendar as you would any other important meeting or any other appointment to make sure that it happens. You are the most important person in your world, and you deserve this time for your health. Think of exercise as like an essential preparation for an important event. So an analogy might be like you're prepping for a big presentation at work, but in this case, the important event that you're prepping for is the rest of your life. It's your health. Make it a priority. The workout should be on autopilot and require a conscious choice to skip or opt out of a workout. So one of the things I used to do is I used to take my workout bag into work, put it on the floor of my office in plain view, and all day long, that bag would be a visual reminder to me that I am absolutely going to work out after work. That's why the bag is there. I'm going to change clothes, go to the gym, get a good workout in before I head home. And I've also, varied that throughout my life too. I've exercised first thing in the morning. The important thing is whatever works for you in your schedule that is most likely to allow you to reinforce it so that it becomes a habit, whether that's working out in the morning, at lunch, after work, after dinner. That's the most important thing that will allow you the most consistency. And in making working out a habit, one thing I would recommend too is even if you're not feeling it, go through the motions anyway. Go to the gym. Let's face it, you're not going to be super excited to work out every single day. But more often than not, once you're in the environment and start to feed off the energy of other people in the gym and just being there, there's a good chance you will get into the groove and at least have a decent workout. Maybe not, but that's still okay. Mentally, you will absolutely feel better since you have actually reinforced the behavior you want rather than bailing out on the workout and breaking a habit that you actually want to reinforce. So showing up sometimes is 50% of the game. Show up. And as you build exercise into a ritual, it will become much, much more easy to be consistent and focus on one habit at a time. Nail it and use that momentum to drive the next habit. So as an example, get a consistency in working out, whether that's walking, going to the gym, whatever, before maybe tackling your diet. Because then you start to do a couple of things. One, you have an accomplishment under your belt that you know you've already formed a habit that you want to reinforce. And two, you get a bit of a multiplicative effect as you add in diet, nutrition to your workouts because they're synergistic. And they actually help create, establish, and reinforce one another. So in summary, just again, focus on one habit at a time, nail it, and then add in synergistic habits that will drive your progress to even higher levels. And the fifth tip is to build in reward systems to reinforce your habit. So as an example, if you love music, listen to your music during your workout, tying that pleasurable experience of listening to new and great music to a new habit that you're forming can absolutely help reinforce it and drive success. Use the music, in this example of what you like, as a tool that you can leverage to drive your behavior that you're trying to form, in this case, going to the gym on a regular basis. So you look forward to going to the gym because you know you get to listen to music that you love. Celebrate your goals and even your mini goals and mini milestones. Take time to notice the strides of improvement you've made along the way. Remember that sometimes the power of looking back is amazing when you realize just how far you've come from day one. When you first started lifting weights, I remember when I first started bench pressing, I couldn't do my body weight. And I look back now and I've come a long way. It's been a long journey, but I've come a long way. And remember, you get to carry all of that great feeling, that feeling of accomplishment and pride going forward as you continue to learn, as you adapt, as you get better, as you tackle your next fitness goal. Another thing that I would encourage too is to fall in love with the process versus the result. And this is a little bit of a mindset difference, and you may have heard me talk about this in earlier episodes because it's an important but subtle shift in the way you think about working out. Here's an example. I want to work out X times per week consistently versus I want to, quote, get in shape for summer. Right? The beauty of this approach is that the process The process never ends, but there can be many results achieved over time along the way using the process, adapting the process, learning, adjusting, growing, and accomplishing goal after goal after goal that you set. So falling in love with the process will always yield greater results over time than simply focusing on a single short-term goal. And note that you will also experience the benefits with regard to endurance and strength and body fat loss, etc., which will in turn provide greater motivation to continue with your routine. So that, in essence, provides its own feedback loop in your reward system that you can use to drive your goals even further. So look, at the end of the day, the people that win in life are the people that develop their personal greatness one day at a time, embracing the struggle, the grind, but knowing they are becoming their best self. And you define yourself, and no one else can do so. This is one of the core tenets of Fitterist and why I started this podcast. Remember to be patient. Nothing great comes overnight. Consistency is the key to success in a workout program and in the greater picture in life. A true powerhouse is built over time and has a unique ability to draw upon their mindset and experience and apply it to a multitude of new and exciting challenges. So, I hope these 5 tips helped or offered you some insight so that you can apply these to help you become more consistent in your workout goals and ultimately your life goals. Because remember, and I'll quote Tony Robbins here, it's not what we do once in a while that shapes our lives. It's what we do consistently. With that, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to listen to The Fitterist Show. You can follow us on Instagram at FitteristMindBody and on Twitter at FitteristMind. If you enjoyed this episode, please send it to a friend or subscribe to make sure you don't miss any future episodes of The Fitterist Show. My name is Christopher Allen, and make it a magical day.